Hey, what's up, guys? Dale Valor here for Modern Valor Dating. Today we're going to be talking about how to make a perfect dating app profile. All right, I got the top 5 tips on how to knock that out and make sure that you're getting swiped right all the time, or at least as much as possible. So we're going to hop into that right now. Let's go. Tip number 1, pictures. Super important. I mean, it kind of goes without saying, but oftentimes, you know, like in our Facebook group, in the Modern Valor Dating Facebook group, guys often put up their profiles for Tinder or Bumble or whatever and asking other guys to evaluate it, all right? More times than not, the complaint that you're most likely to hear is that the pictures suck, all right? And the reason is that guys, in large part, don't know how to take good pictures. Have you ever noticed how, like, a girl that's really not all that attractive in real life can look like a dime in pictures sometimes? It's just, they just know. They just know the right angles, the right lighting, the right makeup. Not that you're going to be wearing makeup, or well, maybe you are. I don't know. But, you know, whatever. You know, just whatever those components are and that equation is, they're just way better at taking pictures. And some dudes aren't photogenic. All right. And that's something that you have to take into account, too. But if you're going to be putting together a profile, pictures are so important. And it's not just the picture itself, it's what's in the picture. So, for instance, I'm a big fan of telling guys to take action pictures. So what guys generally do is, here's me and my buddies. Here's me leaning against a car. Here's me with a deep thought. Here's me just standing here. You know, like, it's just, it looks like a lot of posing and a lot of you know that the picture is being taken, and so you're like trying to get into your best male model stance that you can think of and trying to flash that blue steel, and so it just it never comes out right. If you just have pictures of you taking action, doing things that are fun and exciting to show that you don't have a boring life, that's going to go a long way. Also, having just organic, you just living life, walking around, just you doing your day-to-day thing, getting pictures of you doing stuff as opposed to you posing for a picture. The quality of the pictures are very important. If you just have like these just terrible grainy pictures, or it's like the angles aren't right and the lighting isn't good, and there's shadows across your face and all that kind of stuff, you're just going to get lumped in with the countless other guys that are on these dating apps. It's never going to transcend. You're just going to be put right in there with them. You want to stand out. You want yours to be different. You want yours to be eye-catching, okay? Lighting is important. What you're wearing is important. Where you're at is important. What you're doing is important. All these things, it's almost a formula. You have to figure these things out in order to get the right pictures. If you're not a picture guy, I am not a picture guy.
I don't need friends. They disappoint me.
All right, I never have been. I take the worst pictures ever. If I'm asked to take a picture of somebody, it's terrible. If somebody's taking a picture of me, it's generally terrible. All right, I'm just not that guy. If you're like me in that respect, hire a professional. Have a professional photographer take your pictures. They will direct you on, okay, so the sun's over here, the lighting's like this, stand over here, maybe look over that way. They're going to direct you to what they know is going to be the best pictures. They're going to be able to use Photoshop correctly to, dress it up a little bit, that kind of thing. So, yeah, so pictures, super important. We're going to hop into tip number 2. Let's go. Tip number 2, have a good bio, all right? Have you ever asked women their advice on how you can put together a good dating profile? If you have,
disregard it completely. It will be the worst advice ever, all right? They're always like, oh, have a super interesting, detailed bio and everything about you and all this and that. No, don't do that. I'm a big fan of short, sweet, hilarious, to the point, you know, like less is more, all right? So, for instance, on my Tinder, what I have is 6'2", do what I want, asshole with a heart of gold, lifting, music, what is it? It's lifting, music, reading, ice cream. That's it. That's all my bio is. And the responses that I get to that bio is, that's hilarious. You know, I mean, that's really all it takes. And you're not giving away the shop. You know, you're not like spelling out everything that you're into and all that kind of stuff. If you just keep it to the point, just something fun, entertaining, mostly, this is the most important factor here, across the board, basically, just be different. Just do something different, all right? There's a million dudes on there, you know, and by and large, it's all the same profile. You know, you can swap out faces and interests and things like that, but it's all pretty much the same. So if you just do something different, just something that catches attention, that's really what you're looking for. So it's not about being better, it's about being different, all right? So we're gonna hop into tip number 3. Let's get it. Tip number 3, you wanna have a swipe strategy. Some guys, what they'll do is they will just swipe. You know, they don't even look at the profiles, anything, the pictures. It's just as fast as their thumb can take them. You know, that's really not a good practical way of doing this. The reason being is Tinder, Bumble, whatever. They have an algorithm like any other social media, anything like that that's interactive is going to have an algorithm. If the algorithm sees that all you do is swipe right, no matter what, they're going to they're going to assume that you're spamming. They're going to bury your profile. They're going to make it to where it's not seen as much. And so the likelihood of you both swiping to be a match is going to be somewhat limited. So I advise to break it up several times a day. Don't do more than maybe 10, 15, you know, at a, you know, like maybe a 15 swipe clip, and then put the phone down, do something, maybe a couple hours later, come back to it, do 15, 20 more, you know, and that way it sees that you're not just a machine that goes on at noon, you swipe till you can't anymore, and then don't see you again till noon the next day, till you swipe, till you can't do it no more. You know, so it just breaks it up, and it's showing Tinder that, one, you have standards. What they're going to do is, if they see that you're swiping on a particular type of girl, they're going to put you in front of those kind of girls more. So they want the user to be as happy as possible because they want you to be on there, right? So the best way to keep you on there is to give you what you want. So if you're swiping on particular types of girls, they are going to put those type of girls in front of you, and those type of girls are going to put you in front of them. So definitely have a strategy. Don't swipe on everybody, and yeah, you'll get way more matches doing it that way, doing it smarter rather than hard, you know, work smarter, not harder. Let's put it that way. So, all right, we're gonna hop into the next tip. Let's go. Tip number 4, openers and messages. All right, so the thing is oftentimes I've noticed this in our Modern Valor Dating Facebook group. Guys come in there and they ask, what are some good Tinder openers? Well, those are easy to find. A quick Google search of good Tinder openers, you'll find 1,000 that whatever you like, whatever you want to use, you know, this or that. So I'm not going to give you a big long list of Tinder openers. You can find that on your own, no problem. But what I will tell you is, again, it's about being different. You don't want to do the same thing that most guys do, where you say, hey, what's up? Like, Like, okay, what do you expect her to say? Oh, well, I'm just sitting here chilling and, I'm going to be walking my dog later and just, planning on watching this movie tonight. Like, why is she going to invest all that when all you said is, hey, what's up? Or being like extremely sexual, like right off the bat. I feel like a lot of times that's going to be a turn off more than a turn on. So when you go to open, just use something organic, use something that's interesting, that's fun, something that speaks to your personality. And if you need extra help with that, again, a quick Google search, you'll find all the openers you could ever hope to find. So just do something that relates to you, that's different than what everybody else is doing. Some guys, what they like to do is, they'll comment on something that's in a picture or something like that and ask them about it. That can work, but it's not something that I would necessarily advise, So, also messaging. So the thing is that you're not on there to be her buddy, to be her Tinder buddy, to be pen pals. Sometimes girls will let that go on as far as you're willing to go with it, So I have a strong belief within 6 messages you should have a phone number. Get off of Tinder. You don't want to be stuck in Tinderville where it never goes anywhere and she's just uncomfortable. Like I've gotten this before on dating apps and things like that. Oh, I'm just not comfortable giving guys my phone number. And my response to stuff like that is, well, here's the thing. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, if you're not comfortable enough to exchange phone numbers, how can I trust that you're going to be comfortable enough to ever hang out? I'm just going to cut my losses there because it's not worth it. It's just going to take up more time. So within 6 messages, be trying to get her phone number, get off of Tinder, start texting her, get her on the phone, hang out with you. You want everything to be moving forward. There should be forward progression. You shouldn't be stuck in any one particular place for too long, because if you get stuck in there, you're just going to be stuck in a sand trap, you'll be stuck in a quagmire that you might not be able to get yourself out of. So always be pushing things forward. All right, we're going to hop into the next tip. Let's get it. Tip number 5. This might be the most important tip in this video. All right, and I've never heard, not that I'm aware of, I don't think I've heard anybody else talking about this in regards to dating apps. What that is know the culture of which that app represents. So in other words, Tinder, it's known worldwide for being a hookup app, all right? Some people don't look at it that way, but by and large, that's really what it is, and that's what it's known for. So you can be a little more sexual, a little more flirty faster on something like that than, Christian Mingle. So know where you're at online. Know what kind of app you're using. On Bumble, the girl responds first or messages first. So if you both match, she has to send you a message first in order for you to correspond with her. So the thing is that you know that going into it. My experience for the most part on Bumble is they do everything that a guy does on Tinder. So many of the messages, initial messages that I'll get is, hey, ... what's up? Everything that they complain about guys doing is exactly what they do if they message first. So my response to that is, I was looking through your pictures and you're really pretty. And, the thing is, I hope you're a girl because you talk like a dude, and that usually lands pretty well because they'll be like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm like, oh, you just message like a guy, that's all. And then I can kind of go into a spiel about that. But, yeah, it's really important to know where you're at online. Even if it's a social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, and you're trying to game through direct messaging and stuff like that, just to understand the culture of where you are and act accordingly. Because if you're not acting within the bounds of what's acceptable on that particular app or that particular website, it's just not going to land as well, you know. So I believe that to be the most important tip on this video. Well, I'm Valor. I'm with Modern Valor Dating. And if you like this video, if you got value out of this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you share it with somebody that you think needs to hear about it. And we'll see you in the next video. Salute.